Hey there folks, how's it going? RedMaster here and welcome back to episode of Cards and Castles TV commentary. We've got some great matches in store for you. One on the level of a casting conflict, so I don't want to kind of hold you back here any longer. Let's go ahead and jump into match number one and see what these great matches have in store for us. Alright folks, and match number one is going to be Regiso taking on Killmonger, a bit of Pirate Ninja taking on a Druid Crusader. Colors you don't see that much on ladder, so curious as to what these two bring to the competition today. As we're going to start off, I imagine, turn one Lumberjack. Yep, right out of Killmonger's hand there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And Regiso going to respond with, okay, Metal into Elvish Thief. Not the worst. Actually, well, hold on. Small gripe I have about the coin Elvish Thief plays, especially when you have things like the Lumberjack approaching. I feel like there's much more value in letting the Lumberjack come in, hit face, and then you, of course, connecting to Lumberjack on turn 2 with the Elvish Thief. You're not wasting the metal, you're gaining the treasure from the Elvish Thief's attack for your next turn. You've killed the Lumberjack, and you still have the Elvish Thief surviving. So there's multiple benefits there. But instead, you're just going to kind of coin out the Elvish Thief, and now Lumberjack not going to really move in and do a whole lot. I get maybe because he doesn't have healing, that could be the reason why he coins it out now, or if because, you know, if Monger has a follow-up play, then he's got the body prepared to deal with it. But yeah, still, I feel like there's always just much better value in holding the Thief until the Lumberjack is right on face, especially in that early turn moment here. But we'll see if it pays off for him. Let's go ahead and continue then. Okay, Gromok is an interesting pickup. You don't really see him around too much. I want to see where that goes, but of course we'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, Regiso taking out that Lumberjack Elvish Thief. Yep, that 3-1 body still being here. Does get taken out by the Cleric, though, and this new Lumberjack from Regiso going to have a tough time probably dealing with that Cleric, if not for something like, okay, well, Onslaught is something. Maybe like a Mugging or a Daggerstone would have been a much more funnier way to deal with it, but I mean, that's fine. Of course, Lumberjack gets taken out by the Cleric. Cleric heals 2, because of course her max health now is 3 thanks to the Onslaught, and then a Centaur follows up and buffed for 3. Again, I don't feel like that's the right play. I feel like Centaur should be more of a hold card, and instead you get out books for maybe some more early draw here, instead of just pushing that damage early, unless that's what the deck is based around, you know, just early beatdown out of the Drew Crew factions, but I don't know. We're going to see, though, Centaur, of course, get the heal from the Cleric interaction, takes another 3 from the castle there, brings Regiso down to 14. Second Thief, though, going to be coming out and taking out the Centaur without a problem. And Daggerstorm for TARIUS, yep, which is fantastic. You want to cut Monger off of that draw, especially with these colors. But, of course, Monger does set up now with the injured Trent and the Gromok. Interested to see if the Gromok will do something in this matchup. Maybe, you know, Bestial Rage buff or Blessing of the Trent buff, something along those lines here. We will see the third Elvish Thief connected to the tree, and of course Koru comes out, gonna put a stop to Gromok coming into face there. He does reveal the Koru, which is fine, but of course doesn't want to interact with it since it would take out his Gromok. He does set up a Mana Core to protect Gromok as well, the Mugging going to be a great card to kind of neutralize Gromok for a while. Now it doesn't have to attack, doesn't have to do anything really. So instead, Regiso are going to set up Blacksmith, taking bringing out the Maddie with the Mage Apprentice for backup here. Although Spiny from Killmonger going to go ahead, yep, take out the Mage Apprentice before he could activate. Books comes in, deals damage to the Maddie, or kills it off more appropriately. And of course, he sets up with some double wolves here, hoping to bring back the Gromok up to full power, which, you know, that does work. It can bring him back up to what he once was. I mean, it would have been cooler if he was higher than the usual stat, but of course, mugging is a pain in the ass. So we do see Shodan come out here. I believe a Lumberjack came out earlier and interacted with the books, but I missed the call. But Shodan for now, and of course the Koru takes another 6, or takes the first 6 out of the castle for Regiso here. But it looks like Shodan going to go ahead and do some work here, as a lot of trades being put into it to kill it off. And of course Killmonger just left the Frog Prince he used to kill off Koru with. Seems fine as the Salahar Spyfish comes out. That's going to put a bit more pressure, on to Killmonger here. We'll see how he decides to respond to this. Will he pick the Craxus draw, Okay, or the Resolve Frog Prince. That's fine here. I guess we're going to get Crux. Yeah, okay. Want to bring him out at full power, get him right up in personal with Regiso here. Which is great, because that's what you kind of need to do. You need to start pushing a bit more here. As Dread Pirate comes out, that's going to kill off the Craxus, although it will still give Monger draw, which is important. The Lumberjack and Manicore is okay. Not what we're looking for, though. Connors comes out, connects with that Frog Prince, excuse me, and of course Blacksmith as the final card in hand to take out the Lumberjack here. Although, okay, we did pull something nice there. The Bear's going to come out. Will it go? Okay, so it does go for the Blacksmith. I assume we could probably hold off on the Centaur for now. We can't reach the Armory, so we're going to set up, okay, Wizard and Lumberjack. Again, this is fine. This is where Rishi's going to start to have a problem, though. Scope Koro really, once it runs out of resources, kind of dead in the water here, as you can see. He puts up the Captain to kind of kill off the Bear, but that Captain can disappear really quick. The Centaur takes out the Armory, and of course, that does neutralize the one life that Captain does have, so it's a bit unfortunate there. Also, Killer Rabbit coming out, kind of adding to the problems that Regiso has. Again, only dealing with one card draws here. Doesn't have enough resource to kind of pull him back in. Daggerstorm is fine, but doesn't get the kill on anything. You know, at least you can take it up the Lumberjack to kind of ease up the damage a bit. But even then, yeah, it doesn't matter now. Northland's Ranger has the pull for turn. And of course, all this damage coming in from the Rabbit, Centaur, Wizard. We'll see if he gets a shot in as well. Okay, Lumberjack as well. Yep, okay, so Wizard does take the shot. I imagine Northland's up top, right? Just because, yep. And then the Manicore as well as the cherry on top. And that's going to be Killmonger's game. I don't think Regiso's got any way that he can get to castle in this turn, except for, like, Kraken, maybe. But even then, I can't do enough damage. And, I think that did this before. Yeah, okay, it did this before. I tried to re-record this match, but for some reason it keeps getting cut off. I think that might be something on my end I have to look into. But I will say Killmonger did win the matchup. Regiso didn't have enough resources, so that will be his match. Overall, very strong matchup here. Love to see the Drew crew put in some work on the ladder. And we'll just see where the next match goes in. So, again, congrats to Killmonger. And let's go ahead and jump in to that second match. Alright, folks, and match number 2 simdog taking on Count Peter here, the Crusader Viking versus the Warlock Crusader. See what both men have to offer here, as looks like Count Peter's got the Knight build. You got the Earth Knight, Furnace Knight, Flame Shield. Not sure what Sim's on. Obviously, the blue-yellow could mean things like War Party, maybe some late-game focused stuff. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say, but it's fine. As we're going to see Salharetta attempt to kill off the Earth Knight, last will landing on the castle. But unfortunate there here, so in response, setting up an Earth Knight of his own. Will it be Knight v Knight? I'm not sure at the moment. We'll see Peter set up a second Earth Knight, though. Okay, the Armory synergy there is going to be nice. We're going to see the Wizard pop out from Sim as well. Okay, so a little bit of a way to counteract the Earth Knights, although not the best way here, as we're going to see some Earth Knights come in here. Yep, both of them are going to be taking out that one solo Earth Knight that Simdog had on the board here. This leaves Guardian open to kind of do some work here. Him combined with the Wizard are going to take out one of those bottom Earth Knights, and of course leave the other one to do his dirty work. Obviously, on Lightning Blade not on the side of Count Peter, so thankfully we don't have that to worry about here. But we're going to see an interesting thing here. Earth Knight connects with the Guardian here, Lava Font being put down, so a bit of an obstacle Knight build. Maybe he's got the Pillar in here as well, not so sure. We'll see the Wizard, though, take out the armor of the Earth Knight. We'll see if that leads to anything else. Blacksmith, Guardian. Okay, so that does connect and kill off the Earth Knight. Font dealing damage, though, unfortunately, to the castle. Not the end of the world, but still not something everyone loves to see here. As the Furnace Knight comes into play now, that's going to go ahead and push for castle damage. We'll see if, okay, Rune Word coming out, that's going to be able to do some things to that Lava Font. Plus the Wizard, yep, going to go ahead and take it out. This leaves Furnace Knight, excuse me, to move into the castle here. And moving up with a Swordsman as well, so going to try and aim for that nice Swordsman cleave in that castle pocket where the Furnace Knight currently is, although Swordsman from Simdog does counteract that with combination help from the Wizard. And we're doing Rune Warrior dealing a bit of damage as well to the Swordsman, although this does leave Count Peter some room to take some more damage from Simdog's castle. Yeah, Blacksmith, Primordial Flame. Throwing the Dwarven Paladin as well. Okay, very cool. And then, yep, dealing 6 damage which unfortunately the wizard will be able to take out the swordsman, so not exactly the best, not the game ender, but I mean still, it's damage nonetheless here. As Temple of the Five Gods, Cleric make his appearance, that's going to connect with Primordial Flame here, the healing landing on the castle, which is good, definitely needed that to keep going in the matchup here, as you'll see in just 1 second. Stables and Flame Shield are going to be the cards in hand, and both of them will be used, as Primordial Flame takes the Flame Shield, Stables buffs the Paladin, and moving in for 9 damage, shy just 1 point of lethal, unfortunately. So we'll see if Simdog can use this big opportunity here. I mean, Count Peter's out of resources. We'll see if maybe he can recover, and of course, Arbiter is the first step in doing so. Arbiter hitting the board, taking out the Dwarf Paladin. This leaves Wizard plus Blacksmith to deal with that Primordial Flame and get a clear castle, thankfully. This does leave Peter with a bit of situation for him to deal with. Infernal Furnace, not the pickup that he wanted to see here. That can't really do a whole lot from his position. This does leave Simdog the ability to bring out the RedMaster TARIUS, followed by the Priest. And of course, that's going to deal some more castle health for Sim. Infernal Furnace is going to hit the board now. It does deal 2 to castle, which is cool, although a bit problematic here, as of course the Lumberjack comes out. And again, Count Peter working on 0 resources. Sim moving in. He sees the opportunity. Priest connecting the castle, dealing some chain damage on the way. Wizard coming out, that will deal with the Blacksmith and the Furnace, with help from Genevieve. Although I think the problem with that play, unfortunately here, as I'm just going to pause it, he probably could have connected to Blacksmith with a couple of these range units and made a better connection. Unfortunately, I just don't know if he maybe didn't see that. Got caught up in the heat of the moment and just kind of forgot to trade that way. But I think you would have left Genevieve in a much better position if you had connected some of these range units to kill the Blacksmith and then leave the Genevieve to finish off the Infernal Furnace. But no matter, we'll see a Freezing Pillar from Simdog as well to follow up to freeze off the Lumberjack. Okay, maybe that's why he did it that way, because of course the Freezing Pillar does knock out that Lumberjack from play. Although Count Peter's Reclaim off the top does reverse that Freezing Pillar effect, and it hits the Wizard and Genevieve, although we do know that Sim's got the response in RedMaster. Doesn't need it though, as Ragnar hits the board. That's probably going to eliminate the Pillar and chain over to Lumberjack. Yep, it does. So of course, now another big body from the Viking late game arsenal to the field. And of course, Priest dealing more damage in the back there. I would have probably opted for more castle damage rather than killing off the armory, but I guess he wanted to make sure these big boys could get to the castle nearly uncontested. As Mordok does hit the board, that's going to hit the Genevieve. Horseman comes out, deals with the Priest, leaving the Horseman to survive the chain thanks to the armor and kill off the Tarius. So yeah, trying to put a bit of stall on this, although honestly not going to work out too well for him. Rider comes in, that's going to chain the Horseman, killing off the Mordok here. We'll see if Wizard moves in for some damage here. I imagine both the big boys, yep, are going to move in. Plus cracks this, and then yeah, Wizard takes the shot in as well, leaving the turn to go to Count Peter. We know Peter is going to get some value off of the Swordsman Cleave, although unfortunately not going to be enough here, as you're going to see momentarily. Swordsman comes in, that does connect to the Wizard, does kill it, but still leaves a majority of the big boys still alive, some of them still healthy. Cleric coming in to hopefully deal some castle health, but unfortunately does get cut off by the Ragnar, and the healing does go to herself. So unfortunately this is going to be a victory for Sim. Peter was close, but ultimately just shy off of lethal by 1 point thanks to Cleric heals, and of course from there the Viking late game did bounce back in a big way. So unfortunately for him, this was Simdog's match once he kind of ran out of resources, once he lost steam. And again, the draws didn't help as well. There are things like Furnace and Lumberjack as pickups. While Lumberjack is fine, that's not really the pickup he wants to see, and I mean, we saw what happened. So overall, a great match, a good bounce back, a good comeback, if you will. So congrats to Simdog for that one. But let's go ahead and move into match number 3 now, where we have our main event patiently waiting for us. That was a bit weirder than I probably should have been. Match number 3. Alright folks, and here we are, the main event, game number 3, a bit of a casting conflicts type matchup, if you will, as vesaven looks to take on Tweakin, a bit of Pirate Warlock taking on the Warlock Crusader. We'll see what both men have to offer for this game. Let's go ahead and jump right into it here, as we're already seeing signs of potential no interaction from Tweakin, the mischievous Sim from the Flame Storm, Everything else seems pretty generic, so I can't really give a solid opinion on that here. But looks like both men passed turn 1, and Tweakin going to opt to take the turn 2 Imp. Vesa fearing back the Imp for his turn, following up with the Lumberjack seems pretty fine. Hopefully that Lumberjack doesn't die to the Imp burn. I spoke too soon. There's the draw for Vesa, but no way for Vesa kind of cleanly connect with that mischievous Imp. Unless he's got a second one. No, he brings out the con artist, which is okay. That's fine. We'll see. Oh, that's the blue fire off the top, though. That's gonna, yep, connect to the con artist. So there goes that defense, and then Tweakin getting in for 3. So kind of, yeah, more shades of no interaction here. Because Imp, of course, dealing some damage to face here, opting for face damage, the blue fireball, and the overall just large amount of burn. Drain life included, yeah, just picking up a lot of strong burn options, so that's where my mind is going to. But there's a Serpent Witch from vesaven on turn 2, or not turn 2, what am I talking about, turn 4, and follows up with a Coin Griffin for turn 5 here. So getting some big chonkers on the board here, which no interaction early on doesn't do super well with. Has to extend a lot of burn cards if they want to deal with it, and then that leaves them with nothing to take out the castle here. We'll see Tweakin set up for Flamestorm though with the TARIUS files, but Vase is going to go ahead and fear back the Darkbender, not putting too much value, as I say that he puts out the Elvish Thief. So Dragonfire going to probably pick up some good value here, getting rid of the Captain and the Thief, and of course dealing damage to everything else as well, which is fine for him. Vesa will respond with Griffin to face, seems fine, taking some damage out now. Northland's Ranger, Thief. He kind of should be catching on to the idea that this is a no interaction deck, so really should start pouring on the aggro. We'll see if Flamestorm is the card to come out here, although, yeah, actually, no, maybe it is, because Flamestorm, well, Drain Life is 4, so we still have enough for Flamestorm. Now we're going to go for Priest here. So he is holding those mass burns for something down the line here, but that does allow Ranger to kind of come in for 7 damage, which, yep, there it is. Big 7 connects, and followed up with the second Ranger here and a Lumberjack, so definitely looking dangerous for Tweakin. Although Arbiter in hand is going to be great. That's going to probably even things out a bit here. Yep, Arbiter comes in, swiping to the Ranger. Yep, dealing 6. He's holding on to those mass burns still. He wants more value. He wants Vesa to give him more value. Mordok comes out. Okay, this might be where we're getting a little bit of it. Signs of the big burn. Will it happen? I'm not sure now. Yeah, okay. Flamestorm. We're getting there. Takes out the Lumberjack, and yeah, there we go. So Dragon's Fire hits the board. That eliminates all the big threats except for Ranger, which has been significantly reduced to that 7-3 rather than the 7-8. Blue Fire comes in from Vesa, though, on his next turn. Does deal damage to the Darkbender. Trying to incentivize Tweakin to stay off of the Flamestorm, because that would kill off his own Darkbender. Lumberjack draw going into the Serpent Witch here. Tweakin does pick up another Arbiter. That's going to be big for him later down the line here. As he throws out Salahar Rider and cracks his 4th turn. Not being super aggressive, because that Ranger could do some big damage against the Craxus here. But Dragon's Fire does eliminate most of what Tweakin set up on the board here, which is going to be great for him. See if he starts to push here. Nope, decides to hold back the Serpent and the Ranger, which is fine. I mean, Craxus is a big draw for Tweakin, so you definitely don't want to give the no interaction deck just more food. Although Drain Life, a bit problematic, that does put Craxus back up to a 7-6. And yeah, we're seeing Vesa kind of avoid the Craxus through all costs here, trying to manipulate units in a way that keeps him somewhat aggressive, but still keeps things away from that Craxus. Again, doesn't want Tweakin to have more cards here, so Tweakin going to pull the Blue Firebolt, and I believe the Flying Books for turn plays both of them in this turn. Blue Fire is one of the blacksmiths away to kind of cut off the attack boosters, which is fine. You definitely don't want things getting too big for you to deal with. As Griffin hits the board now, I imagine. Yep, there it is. Captain coming out as well. And again, in a way that we're avoiding Craxus here. So we'll see if Tweakin decides to use the Arbiter at this point. Save himself a bit of worry. Nope, going Headless. Headless connecting to the Blacksmith there. Of course, we get to clean up the Ranger like this as well. TARIUS files to further block the incoming damage. And, I mean, Griffin can't get the face yet, can Actually, no, he can't. Griffin can get the face. Yeah, he can get the face. Catherine connects to the TARIUS files. And the Rat connects to the back one. Well, we'll see if he does it. I don't think he is, though. Yet, no. He's not doing it just yet. He wants to kind of do it when there's a way that he can just end the game here, and he doesn't see that right now. But this does give opportunity for Tweakin to draw us into something big here. I'm not sure how he's going to get out of this big damage. Dealing with the rat. Okay, that's fine. Getting some draw there. TARIUS Files Part 3. Gonna go ahead and defend the bottom. Cleric coming out. That's gonna deal with one of the rats, healing up the castle. Okay, important because we're getting lower here on castle HP. Again, castle heal from another cleric. That's great. That's what we like to see here for Tweakin. Because of course, Vesa has no opportunity to heal in Pirate Warlock. Holy crap! And looks like, okay, yeah, Vase is just going to opt to kill off these TARIUS files here to give himself castle damage. Yep, moving in here. I imagine Minotaur is going to connect as well. Now that we're seeing rats kind of clearing away the TARIUS files. Oh, Flamestorm, that's big. Absolutely huge for Tweakin here. And if he doesn't kill Vesa with Flamestorm, it might be the game here. But we'll see. Griffin moving in as well. Just basically expending his hand, trying to block Tweakin off everything. There's the Flamestorm connecting to the board. It does put Tweakin on a 1 health situation, though. The Cleric does not heal the castle. Krax is forced to draw here. He can't use the Arbiters because, of course, those are too expensive. Connecting to the castle is... Okay, no, headless. We're gonna try and pull something, I imagine. We gotta. The Fear and Lumberjacks gotta bring in something big here. Lumberjack, okay, connecting the face here. Griffin, what we got? What we got? Oh, that's gonna do it. Yeah, drain life. Yep, the 2 damage. The 2 missing damage. Tweakin just making it out of the game. He needed to use the Flamestorm that turn if he wanted to survive. So, I think that was pretty fortunate. The way that he just top decked the burn at the last minute there. I know Vase is probably not happy about that, but I got to showcase it. This was fun all the way through. Although yes, no interactions is still a pain in the ass. It does show that they aren't exactly indestructible here. If Vesa put a little more pressure, if Tweakin's heals went a bit different from those clerics, you probably would have seen the game over a turn or 2 earlier. But overall, a great match by these 2 guys, and love to see them both in the arena. But with that being said, folks, that's going to end off today's commentary episode, so let's go ahead and close out this video. Alright, folks, and with that being said, it's going to end off our TV commentary for today. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, as well as commenting down below your thoughts on today's matches, and also sharing, subscribing if you're new or haven't done so already. Of course, great ways that you can support the channel, help us grow. We are steadily approaching 1,000 subscribers, so that would be very appreciated if we can build that number up. But regardless, I hope you guys did enjoy, and that's going to be it for me for now. So until next time, stay gaming.